New K.L.P.
Go! What's going on in Hot Atlanta? Live from Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 brings back the hottest hip-hop radio show live from K.L.P. Entertainment and K.L.P. Studio. Morning with your host, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas.
You know what it is? Put your hands up.
Tune in now on any audio platform.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. Hey, okay. As I hit the road button. Hey, come on. Welcome to the K.L.P. Afterparty podcast. Oh, we live tonight. Oh, yeah, we live tonight. Hey. Come on.
This beat is dope.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Trippin' and finesse. No way. Shout out to all my people here in Atlanta. Shout out to all my podcasters out there. Thank y'all for staying tuned, man. Hey.
This beat is dope.
We gonna get started in a minute, y'all. I just gotta get to the groove of stuff. Welcome to the K.L.P. After Party podcast. Welcome, y'all. Hey, trippin' and finesse. Hey. It make no sense. Hey, ladies, if your girl is fine.
This beat is dope.
Ooh, you want this beat, right?
We got it going on. Good to be us. Come on. Got it on. Yeah, we got it going on. Good to be us. Hey. Trippin' and finesse, yeah. Hey. You know. Hey. It don't make no sense, y'all. It don't.
This beat, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yeah! Shout out to Cardi B and Bruno Mars. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the K.L.P. After Party podcast. Yeah, welcome, y'all. Welcome. We are live. We are here. I'm here to entertain you guys. This is the podcast where we just kind of come onto the studio, cut the mics on, cut everything on. And, I'm just leaving the house, tonight coming into the studio to do y'all, a fan service of giving y'all another exciting podcast here today. I'm ecstatic. I don't even know if that was a word, but I'm excited. I am blessed and I'm highly favored. As you guys can see, normally I would wear like my nice little shirts and stuff, but I got my little tank top on because, I just had a good weekend. That's actually one of the topics for the conversation. But welcome to the podcast, the K.L.P. Afterparty podcast. Again, I'm your host, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas. Welcome to the show. We've got a great show for y'all here tonight, and for all the people who are watching the live stream of this show right now. Of course, shout out to you. I see you watching the video. Shout out to you. So welcome to the show, guys. I'm excited. I am fully rested, and I don't want to talk so much about my weekend because that's actually a topic for one of the questions you guys put in the forum for us as well. But we've had a good one. As you guys can see, I look a little different. Got my new spectacles. My new glasses came in, y'all. Yeah, let me tell you a story about that. I need some new glasses. I think I might have talked about needing some new glasses a long time ago, right? But I just haven't had it to where, I've had my other pair of glasses for a very, very long time. And I say to a lot of people out there, when you get ready to become an adult, first and foremost, but when you get ready and you need to do a lot of the things you need to do in order to take care of yourself. I mean, getting checked, going to the doctor, getting stuff checked. And I had to go to the eye doctor and get my eyes checked because over the past couple of months now, I mean, my eyesight is not super duper perfect, right? But my eyesight is pretty good for the most part with glasses. And I haven't had an eye exam for, I want to say, almost 3 years. And I know that's a big no-no. I just haven't. That's just something I just been avoiding. And I say to a lot of people, don't ignore your responsibilities. Don't ignore like the checkups and going to the doctor because these things are important. Because some things I learned to not really checked on, right? And as I film in movies and I'm looking at computer screens and sometimes I'm gaming or sometimes I'm at home watching a movie, some things that I'm not able to see, right? So when that started to happen, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and take care of this. Let me go to the eye doctor. Let me see what's wrong with my eyes. I need to get some new glasses because it's been a minute, right? So I was able to go out and get some new glasses. I got these nice little Ray-Bans. Those are the brand. And then, of course, I've got prescription. True story. So I went to the doctor, the eye doctor, right? Thank God for insurance too. So I went to the eye doctor and I, noticed some things wrong with my eyes. And, the doctor, she was very nice, by the way. She was like, yeah, Kennedy, you've got some really bad stigmatism in your eyes. And I was talking to my dad about this 2 days ago, and he actually is inherit that he gave all of us. Now, if you ever seen my siblings, guys, my little brother, they have glasses. They have stigmatism. Both my sisters have stigmatism, right? They both wear glasses. My mom wears glasses. My dad wears glasses, right? So, and the only person in my family that don't wear glasses is my big brother, Alex. He does not wear glasses. So, I am big into wearing glasses. I know a lot of people had asked me, why don't I try doing contact? Like little contacts. I'm not ready for that level yet to stick things in my eye because I'm very squeamish. I don't like things touching my face. I don't like things touching my eyes. I don't like things touching my lip. I'm just like that, right? So I opted in, obviously, to get a new set of glasses. And, the doctor was telling me that, hey, you've got really bad stigmatism in your eyes. You need a new prescription, like a very, very brand new prescription. So I ended up going to the eye doctor. Shout out to, not a sponsor, but shout out to Lens Crafters. I know there's a lot of other glasses places that, I could have went to, right? But I chose Lens Crafters because it was just good for my insurance, right? I say to a lot of adults out there, if you're able to have insurance, get insurance because things are getting more expensive if you don't have insurance. I ended up going there and doing my thing. And yeah, I got my new pair of glasses. The doctor did tell me that I need to make sure that I wear my glasses a whole heck of a lot so my brain can get adjusted, because a true story, by the time you're here, if you're watching the video version of this podcast or listening to it on demand, it would have been yesterday. But today I end up going to the glasses lens crafters to pick these up. And yeah, these were new, right? Brand new on my face. The world looked a little different, right? I almost got a little dizzy because, when you're rocking your old pair of glasses for a couple of years, your brain is used to those set of glasses. So I put these on. And it was completely new, but, now I've been rocking these for a couple of hours now, and I'm seeing some things more clearly, and I'm better now. So my brain, I guess, is getting adjusted to these new spectacle glasses, these new glasses that I have on my face right now. So yeah, the doctor did tell me to make sure that I rock these for I consistently rock these for about 1 to 2 weeks, right? Typically, I don't sleep with these things, and then if and the reason why I got these glasses too, we'll get on to the topic of conversation, but the hints of this podcast, these type of podcasts, I like to just chill when it comes to podcasting. You get the K.L.P in the mornings and the K.L.P aftermaths where we have topics and whatnot. But these type of glasses, I had to go and put a lot of prescription in these. I had to not only get my prescription for my eyes based off my exam, I had to get blue light lens protection on my prescription, because I do work with computers. Obviously, I run a media label, so we do have computers and cameras and displays that I'm looking at constantly. So that was a big plus for me. Thank God I don't drive as much as I used to. A couple months ago, I used to drive a whole lot back and forth to offices and work, but nowadays I don't really have to do that now. I don't drive as often as much. So I used to drive a lot, and then when I used to drive a lot, guys, I used to, like, my old glasses would leave a glare when a car's coming, and I fall into that other gene where it's difficult now, and it wasn't difficult for me tonight when I got to studio, but it wasn't back then. It was very difficult for me to drive at night because my eyes would just be a little different than they were during the day. So that is true to me. It's true to a lot of people, but now I don't drive as much anymore. So, which is great. I'm saving gas. I'm saving chances for my oil change on my vehicle. So that's always a blessing. And, as soon as I rocked these glasses for a couple of hours at the house, I was watching anime. I got back into anime. I got back into anime too. Like I say, we'll talk about my weekend because that's the topic of conversation. So I don't want to, I just don't want to dabble so much into it. Now, you guys came to this podcast because we got to talk about this beef that's going on. We're talking about the beef of Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Now, of course, I am able to play music, which is great. I like the beefs. I know a lot of people don't like the beefs, but I kind of enjoy the beef simply because it was a beef that, it's really, really good when you have beefs with these, when it comes to two artists. You've got Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion, right? Nicki Minaj, by far, I will say, I got to say it here on the show, Nicki Minaj is a little bit more crafted than Meg Thee Stallion. Not to say Meg Thee Stallion ain't good now, because Meg Thee Stallion, if you somehow watching the show, you've been working out. I've been seeing you, boo. You've been doing a lot, right? But I get very, very excited when it comes to beefs, because I honestly got to say from my heart that I think that beefs help grow the competition, right? I agree with a lot of podcasters out there in the world, and I gotta say, my favorite podcaster, Joe Budden. Shout out to Joe Budden. Look, say what you want about Joe Budden, but on his show, he makes a good, valid point with him in the game, right? I think hip-hop, I like hip-hop too when it was rivalry. I like hip-hop as well when there was competition, right? Because those competitions will help artists be more motivated to create some dope stuff. Look, I created a lot of dope stuff when it comes to not only my music, but my films as well. I take a look at all the other independent filmmakers, and yes, I've had quite a few friends who are also filmmakers that I've been beefing with because we have our own different style of filming a movie, and now that competition has motivated me into creating something better. So it's no different when it comes down to Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, right? These two women, artists, if you will, have this beef started simply because it's, number one, it sells, and these two women want to show their showcase and see who is the true queen of rap hip hop. Now, the crown still goes to Nicki Minaj in my book because Nicki Minaj is, first of all, she's a little bit more seasoned, right? She's cooking up some stuff, right? But she's understanding the market that people are, new people, new acts, new talent are coming around into the viralness of things, right? So we have to get into that extent where we have to prepare for that. I know a lot of people don't like it to where we have, beefs, and don't like it to when we have competition. But honestly, I love it, right? I really do. So let's listen to just a little tidbit. This is Meg Thee Stallion, Hiss, right? So that's the little, not little. It's a song that she got coming up for sure.
I just want to kick this shit off by saying fuck y'all. I ain't got.
Sorry about the cussing, by the way. This is the type of show where we play things and they start cussing. Sorry.
Niggas get 24 hours of attention. I'm finna get this shit off my chest. Let's go. And if the beat live, I feel like Mariah Carey. Got these niggas so obsessed. My pussy so famous, might get managed by Kris Jenner next. He can't move on, can't let it go. He hook nose full of that Tina Snow. And since niggas need Megan help to make money, bitch, come be my hoe. All of you bitches is wig on the Bible. Talking shit for a no confined.
You want this beat, right?
Dancing, making R. Kelly go viral. Hey, I'm sexy as fucking, I'm freaky. Get whoever I want, any meanie. Why the fuck would I stay with a nigga that's weak in the sheets and don't know how to please me? Bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies. Say he fuck Megan and now he the topic. These niggas think they know what the value. All this free promo, I'm turning to profit. Hey, when a nigga be kissing and telling, say he'll play up here in his face.
Yeah.
Said I won't give up the pussy again. Shit, gave it to his friend. These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's law.
So actually, everybody was googling about Megan's Law too, because I had no idea when Meg Thee Stallion said that. I had no idea what that was. So now I understand what Megan's Law was. Megan's Law, for all of you who may not know, it's where if you, unfortunately for you, if you do this, if you identify as a sex offender, you are required to put down where you're staying, where you're going, what you're doing, and a lot of people like, so who is Megan? So Megan was unfortunately one of the victims that fall victim to a predator, right? So that's what Megan Law was. And I had no idea at first, but then I had to research it, and that's what that means. Uh-oh. 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 Sorry that it's coming in on one ear. I don't know how that happened. Hey. Oops, sorry, press the wrong button.
Y'all goofy assholes look so dumb every time y'all celebrate fake news.
Fake news.
Using my name for likes and views. I don't give
all right, so we can't play all of it because we obviously don't want to be. I don't want to be copyrighted. So yeah, that's what's going on in the media for sure. That's Hiss. Of course, you said something, and ooh. Sorry, because my mouse is way over here. You says Nicki gives very much jealous of new flows to me. Yes. Shout out to you. Yes. I agree. I really do. I think what I just mentioned, I do think that, Nicki Minaj is a little bit more seasoned, but it could be the case where, there's a lot of new talent, right? Like I just mentioned, Megan Thee Stallion, she's new talent. Right, you got new talents like Meg Thee Stallion. Right, you got talent with Lotto and Ice Spice. Right, so I like it. I love it. I love the fact that there are some competition. I really, really love the competition vibes of stuff. I really do. So, when it comes down to that, it just kind of works. It kind of works for sure. It works that this is something that Meg Thee Stallion really want to pour her whole heart into. I do think as I search up, get ready for. Let me see if Bigfoot is on here too. I do understand the what podcasters are saying is they're getting, I don't know, they're getting a little bit tired of the whole Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez thing, right? I do understand that she's been very impactful to this. And something like that's traumatic. Those things do happen. And when they do happen, you know, they are able to put it out into their songs, right? So with that works. It really does work. But the question does beg to a lot of people, how long will the whole Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez shooting Meg Thee Stallion, how long is that going to be? I think that's going to be a while because Tory Lanez do have a lot of fans, right? I think Meg Thee Stallion kind of falls into that I don't want to call it a stigma, but she's fallen into that part where when it comes down to, you know, when she posting something, you're going to see somebody say free Tory Lanez, right? Because Tory Lanez, he's him. Right? He's made a fan base to where it was very, very impactful for him when it comes down to his music. So, of course, you're going to have those type of fan bases when it comes down to, hey, free Tory Lanez, right? So I don't think I think that's going to follow her for a while. I don't think that is really going anywhere. Unless maybe he gets freed and they're able to mend each other and say sorry, even though maybe Tory Lanez have said sorry to Meg Thee Stallion a lot, right? But that's not going nowhere. And I think Megan Thee Stallion knows that. And she's putting it all in her songs, right? So it's just kind of driving her to, be her and bring her music, right? So that's just how that works. Now, let me see if I can get Bigfoot. There we go. Now it's playing in 2 ears. That's how it should be. Now this Bigfoot.
Bitch, you better stop the dialogue, or I hit calling by your catalog.
This beat is dope.
Sigh, how you fucking mother Mary when she died? How you gonna get a king and can't cry? Child, Bob, Bigfoot, but you still a small fry. Swearing on your dead mother when you lie. Hey yo, this little begging whore, talking about Megan's law. Right? For a free beat, you get hit Megan raw. If you a ghost, fight a party in Megan jaw. Shot stone, but I still ain't let Megan. Bad bitch, she like 6 foot.
I mean,
the bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot. Still ain't red booby. Tryna steal a source. I said, get up on my cookbook. But really, I'm a city pie. P-R-T-T-Y, but I'm P-E-T-T-Y. Why did you lie about your lipo? Fucking your best friend, man, is crazy. You the type, though. You was lying to the queen and you been lying to the king. Gail, the 30-year-old teen so stale. Kindly kicked you out and made you stumble.
This beat is dope.
I need a good alcohol bar. Well, man, wait, that was the bar. Like a bodybuilder, I keep raising the bar. Fuck you, get shot with no scar. This little piggy toxic. Somebody.
I mean, look. I love Meg Thee Stallion, and I don't want to sound contradictory on this show, but damn, like Nicki crafted something, right? She's crafting this song. She's crafted it. That's the word that I'm thinking of right now. She crafted this one, where she sat down and really crafted this and putting Meg Thee Stallion out on blast as a diss, right? This is bringing out artists to the max. It's bringing them out to wanting to continue on the rivalry, and she's bringing some stuff out. So we can honestly say, honestly say that both women are in their prime. I mean, you look at Nicki again, and look, Nicki right now, then this is just my opinion, by the way. Everybody has their own different opinion. My opinion, Nicki's well crafted because she's been in this game a little longer than Meg, I think. Right? Nicki Minaj just released an album. Album just came out, made a lot of money. Tour's coming soon, right? So she'll have time to pick apart Meg Thee Stallion how she deems so, right? And just in time for Grammys, right? Everybody's going to be talking about that around Grammy season, right? So for the market, this works. It works. I do think that both women are talented, but I think when you got Hiss and Bigfoot, maybe Bigfoot kind of up right now because Nicki Minaj, she sat down, she's seasoned, she's doing her thing, and she's kind of slowing it down, right? When I listen to both songs, and this is just me being analytical when it comes to song listening, you know, I understood a little bit more of what Nicki was saying than Meg. Meg is a talented rapper, fast rapper, but I'm like, okay, I have to run something back because I didn't quite hear what she said. Nicki, I'm like, okay. So, like I say, I don't want to dwell too much on the show, but yeah, that's the beef that's going on between them two. Like I say, I don't think that they're going to win this anytime soon. And then they're getting so far as to, you know, now you've got Lotto and Ice Spice beefing, right? Because, you know, I'm trying to see who's with Nicki. I don't know who's with who, but it's kind of like a tag team. Like, I don't know if it's Ice Spice or Lotto. One of them two are with Nicki, and one of them's not with Nicki. And then now the one that's not with Nicki is going to tag team up with Meg Thee Stallion, and now it's going to be a whole thing. Look, if that's the case, why don't have one of the women that's signing with Nicki, them two do like an EP together, and then Meg and the other artists, I don't know who's with who, they do an EP, and let's do battle of the EPs. I think that's going to sell. I think it's going to be a great market, but time will tell for sure. But yeah, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting between the two beefs. Like I say, I do think that being said that Nicki is a little bit more crafted and more seasoned, I do think there's something else coming for Meg, right? I think it might be another album that's coming for Meg that, you know, she's cooking, right? Her last single was called Cobra, and then this one is called His. So yeah, she got something cooking. We just don't know it yet, right? We just don't know it yet. So that's what's going on in the beef world. Nicki versus Meg. Comment below, y'all. Who y'all got? Who y'all got? Now, of course, I wanted to talk about briefly about Tekken 8. I know when it comes down to K.L.P. Aftermath later this week, I am going to give my in-depth review. But I just want to come out and say it here on this show. Tekken 8, worth it. By far, I got to say, the best, if I'm not mistaken, the best fighting game of this generation. I got to give it up to him because Tekken 8, the mechanics, I do say that the story's a little bit short. I will say that. It's 3 hours. I bought the game Friday, and I beat it yesterday. Right? It's a bit short. Do I want it to be the story mode to be longer? Yes. But the fighting mechanic style is good. It's very, very awesome. I like the story between Jin and what's the other guy's name? Kazuma. Yeah, Kazuma and Jin. I like the story between them two. I really do. It's very, very good. Unreal Engine, Tekken 8, Bandai Namco, they've got something. That's going to be the game that everybody's playing, and they're going to be doing some tournaments and whatnot. So Tekken 8 is not going anywhere, but honestly, I got to say, and I used to think it used to be a tie between Mortal Kombat 1 and Tekken 8. Now, Street Fighter 6, they tried, and it's good, but I gotta give it up to Tekken 8 right now. I just got to, because I don't know. It's like the classic of Tekken 8, but just with newer engines and new graphic styles. It's amazing. We will be writing a blog post about it later on, as well as the creator. That's a movie that I ended up seeing this weekend, and and that might be my next topic will be one of the questions about the weekend, because I'm dabbling in how my weekend was really. But the creator The creator is really good. So it's John David Washington, he's the star of this movie, and he is playing a character by the name of Joshua. And Joshua, well, first of all, the story is about living in the world with AI. It kind of freaked me out a little bit because that's just the harsh reality that we're heading towards when it comes to AI, and they're embedding AI into human beings, and they're becoming quite smarter, and it's becoming an AI world in that movie. And of course, he was on the cover trying to get to know a girl or a woman by the name of Maya, and she created the secret weapon, and she put the weapon into the child, and then she dies, but then her brain cells and membrane gets imported into an AI. And of course, Joshua dies at the end of it. And of course, he got to know this girl, little girl named by the name of Alfie, and Alfie is the secret weapon. But she is very, very powerful, but she ended up using her powers for good. And it by far the best. And I've seen a lot of sci-fi movies, and obviously, if y'all seen my movies on Prime Video, I've made quite a few sci-fi movies, but I can't compare my movies to this movie. I think this is the best sci-fi movie that I've seen as of yet. I can't wait to see more movies, but this one takes the icing on the cake because of the sci-fi-ness of it, the storyline. Towards the end of it, I didn't cry, but I ended up getting teary-eyed a little because it was just very emotional. It's a very emotional movie towards the end of it. And then, of course, you got the talented Hans Zimmer, who did the music for this one. So it's always good when you have Hans Zimmer to make your music for your film. That always goes a long way. He's expensive to book, but he can get it done. So, like I say, that movie's available on Hulu. Not a sponsor, but shout out to Hulu. Hulu, if you want to sponsor us or have one of my movies on your platform, give us a shout out. But like I say, it's good. It's very, very good. I recommend it. It's available on Hulu, and it's really, really good. Now we get on to the fun part. I have two questions from the forum that you guys had wrote, and somebody had wrote to me, well, what is my perfect weekend? And that's the question. Shout out to you guys for putting the questions into the forum. Now, my perfect weekend would be if I am doing absolutely nothing. Y'all may not see this, but behind the scenes, I often do a lot throughout the week, whether it's working in an institution, whether we're filming some scenes for a movie, podcasting, or if I'm producing other podcast shows on the network. If we're setting up our set, the lights, the cameras for one of my shows, or if we're doing some ESPN work, throughout the week, we are stacked busy. We are. I've learned this thing, and I learned it for the past couple weekends. And I say that to say that I always tell everybody with K.L.P Entertainment and Kennedy Lucas Associates and the K.L.P Network that we do not work on weekends. Unless we're filming a movie, and that's a little bit different, right? Because in 2 weeks, I'm going to be heading to New York. Shout out to New York. Because we're filming 2 documentaries. Little announcement for y'all if y'all didn't catch on to that. Yeah, we're filming 2 documentaries, and, we're going to be gone for the weekend, then the weekend. So that stuff I'm excited for. I get so ecstatic for it. I'm ready for it. And by the way, and I guess it's kind of an announcement too, that, that week when we're in New York, we're shutting down K.L.P Entertainment completely to go film. But if we're filming a movie on a weekend, that's different, right? But my perfect weekend is to not do nothing. And when I say not do nothing, I don't mean just sit in bed and absolutely not do anything. That's not what I mean. Not working. Right? I've started this movement, not only for K.L.P Entertainment, but I've learned it for a while. And I've learned to do it now that I have more weekends that are free now. I learned, and it's a saying called quiet quitting, right? And I'm not saying don't quit your job, right? I learned to quiet quit. And what that means is when it is a weekend that K.L.P Entertainment is not booked and busy and we are shut off for the weekend, if I'm working in education work and I'm shutting it down for the weekend, I shut it down for the weekend, right? No phone calls, no emails, no responses, nothing. I shut it down for the weekend. And if I'm going to the gym on a Saturday, I'm relaxing on a Sunday, just this weekend, going to go get my glasses, right? That was an errand run I had to go get. But my perfect weekend is when I'm sitting down one day or for a couple hours playing video games or watching anime. And sometimes I would add into my perfect weekend if I'm going to dinner with friends, right? Shout out to my squad. Shout out to y'all because you guys are awesome, right? If I'm going to dinner with friends, that's always, always, always a good weekend for me because I get to hang out with my friends on a weekend because we are all busy, right? We are all busy working. We're all busy doing our thing. That is my part of my perfect weekend. When I go to the gym, shout out to Crunch. I go to the gym and I work out and then I meditate. And I've learned to meditate and do yoga every morning before I get ready for the workday. That's something I started doing and I've been enjoying that very, very much. But sitting down, doing nothing. That's a perfect weekend for me. Sitting down, turning my brain off from work. And sometimes my brain, it's running. It's ideas. It's things I need to get up. It's running. But sometimes I'm like, okay, calm it down. And that happens when I'm watching anime the most. Video games, I'm thinking because I'm playing a video game and I'm pressing buttons. But when I'm watching anime, I'm just sitting. I'm watching and I'm decompressing a lot. Right? That is the perfect weekend. Sleeping is the perfect weekend. If you ever catch me, and you're going to catch me do this a lot now, I feel that, and my brother and I, we talked about, we don't go out as much anymore because we were talking about, obviously, we're doing some stuff in New York. I can't get into details, but we're saying, hey, we don't want to go out and drink. We want to go up there, get what we need to get done, and have fun in New York too. But like, I was telling them that I don't drink like that anymore. It's like I'm on this health kick, number one, and I'm on to the point where I am getting a little bit older. And I'm not saying that I'm getting old because I'm only 27. But guys, get this. In May, I'm going to be turning 28. Right? When I turn 28, now I have 2 more years until I hit 30. Right? I can't go as much as I used to when I was, let's say, 22. Drinking, having a ball, dancing my ass off, having fun. And there's ways to have fun and still be sober, right? But you're not going to catch me go out clubbing every weekend. To me, that's not a perfect weekend, right? For me, I want to sit my ass down. Like, I want to sit my ass down. I don't want to do anything but play video games and watch anime for a weekend. I don't want to do any work. I don't want to do anything where we have to go out onto the town. I want to sit down and sleep. And to me, that's the perfect weekend. That's me. So when you ask what's my perfect weekend, it's that. It's the relaxation. It is not doing too much. It is, well, of course, we're going out to the gym because, y'all, I'm looking kind of good right now. I'm feeling myself. But those are just the most max things I want to do on a weekend. Right? So comment below, what do you guys do on your weekend? That's something I do. I'm in the bed. I'm watching stuff on Facebook or TikTok before I go to bed. Right? So perfect weekend for me too. And we'll move on to the next question. Cooking. Right? I do cook throughout the week, but I do cook something very nice on the weekend. Just this past weekend, I cooked salmon. Salmon was amazing. They had a deal at Kroger, so I ended up getting a deal on salmon at Kroger. So yeah, I like to cook. I like to cook heavy on on a weekend, right? So I cooked salmon. It was very, very good. And I have a whole bunch of salmon in my freezer at home. So I will be cooking that throughout the week. So yeah, salmon. I really like cooking that. So those, to me, those are the perfect weekends. Perfect weekends for me. And the next thing, before we move on to the music and wrap up, what is your least or my least favorite food? Now, I am not as picky as the next guy, but I'm picky, right? I'm very, very picky to the cause to where it's a lot of things that I may not like as much, right? But I got to say, my least favorite thing that you're not really going to have me eat so much is chili. Any form of chili or sloppy Joe, I cannot stand that stuff. Can't do it. Can't really eat it. And when I say that I can't eat it, I mean I can't eat it. When I was a kid, and I'm just scrolling through, I'm trying to multitask to see which song I'm gonna play for my sleeper for tonight. And these things are really, really hard because, sometimes I don't. Okay, I think I found one. Sorry. Yeah, because I had to find a sleeper, and I just thought about it, like, I have no sleepers for this podcast. But any form of chili and sloppy Joe, I don't like. Mm-mm. Can I eat chili? Yes. Can I eat sloppy Joe? No. I can't stand that stuff. When I was a kid, we had that a lot. And so my parents used to make this thing called Frito pie. Ugh. It's like you get the Frito Lay chips, like the little corn chips. You put that in there, and then you cook the chili. And you put the chili in there. You put the cheese in there. And then you throw it in the oven and it bakes into like a little pie. We had that, not a whole lot, but we've had that. And I had to suck it up because that's what we were having for dinner. But I hated Frito pie. And if my parents are watching this podcast, I hated Frito pie. So that's my least favorite. I don't like anything. I do like soup, right? I really like soup. I'm getting into eating more soups. I do like ramen, right? That's my favorite thing. But soups are really good for me. Knock on wood here, because we do have wood here. But soup is good for if you're sick. I remember in 2020. Oh, I'm not gonna wood because I'm cursing myself. But when I had COVID, right? That was the first thing that was for the next 3 days. I had COVID. I had to eat soup, right? And it got me through. But soup is good, but when it comes to chili, I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it's just how sloppy it is to eat, and you can really mess up your clothes and stuff. Not saying that I eat like a 4-year-old, but I just didn't like the style of it. And then I was that person to where, and I think I'm like that with a lot of people, I'm the person that I don't like my food to touch, right? When you ever go to a cookout, I always got to separate my food or put it in different plates because I never really like my food touching. I'm one of those. Don't let the food touch because that's just a thing for me. So I don't like food to touch. I don't like things to get soggy, right? So when you put cheese in there, I like the cheese to be separate so I can just kind of take a little thing of cheese, put it on there and eat it that way. It's the same thing for me, and I haven't eaten cereal in some years now because, again, I don't really eat cereal. But I like when I go to have some Captain Crunch or some Frosted Flakes back in the day, I always had to eat them separate because I didn't want the cereal getting soggy, right? So I'm one of them weird ones that I don't like food getting soggy. I don't like things being too soft when they are not supposed to because it just tastes funny in my mouth. I have a funny feeling. It's the same thing kind of with hamburgers when some people don't know how to cook hamburgers and hamburgers are a little bit too soft to eat. It makes me feel weird. I can't do it. I like my hamburgers burnt, black. That's how I like my hamburgers. Not hard as rocks, but hard enough to where it's not crunchy, but it's hard enough. Pause. But I'm just weird with it. I don't like soggy foods. I don't like things that are soft that's not meant to be soft. And I don't like chili. I don't like sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe's disgusting, right? I just can't eat that crap. So you never caught me eating that stuff in years now, and I don't plan on cooking myself sloppy Joe anytime soon. Nope. I would rather have some salmon, right? I would rather have some chicken. So those are my least favorite things to eat. So, that's just how we do it. And this is how we gonna do it. Thank y'all for staying tuned for the podcast. We had a good one today, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one.
This beat is dope.
I just wanna pick you up, get it go down. Hit you in the backseat, get it go down.
Thank y'all for staying tuned. If y'all watching the on-demand version of this show, thank y'all. Comment below if you're watching the video version on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Shout out to Don Tolliver. One of my favorite albums is this one. Hey! Thank y'all for staying tuned. Shout out to K.L.P Entertainment, K.L.P Network. Y'all see that logo right there? K.L.P Network, something new we starting. Shout out to y'all. Stay tuned. We got K.L.P Aftermath with me and Rocco. We got Spectrum Podcast. We got SNN. We got a lot of blog sites to write about. And honestly, y'all, I'm trying to get through the next 2 weeks because New York is around the corner. I can't wait for that. Shout out to all my Atlanta people out here. We out here. And thank y'all for staying tuned for the podcast. I love y'all. Shout out to everybody who getting a master's degree. I'm in course number 9 out of 10. I am almost done. Next course is my capstone, and then I graduate with an MBA. Yeah.
This beat is dope.
Tonight.
For the rest of my life.
Come on now.
Give it tonight. You know I'll be there when you come.
Hey.
I wanna ride them swingers tonight.
Hey.
For the rest of my life. I'm on the south side leaving tonight.
Thank y'all for staying tuned, man. Thank y'all.
What's going on in Hot Atlanta? Live from Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 brings back the hottest hip-hop radio show live from K.L.P Entertainment and K.L.P Studio. With your host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas.
You know what it is? Put your hands up.
Tune in now on any audio platform.
Go.